A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So, y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And it turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time. All right. So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up and then we're going to try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11. So we'll see. Woo. Woo. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if, it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right? Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up.
Hey.
Mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm trying to work. Too bad what you know they wrote.
My joint right there. Now, real. No doubt. Hello. What up? What
Hello.
up? What's good
Hello.
with you? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Shouldn't take a nap in the middle of the day.
Had to learn the hard way, huh?
I mean, I knew it, but yeah, still went for it anyway.
I ain't mad at it. At least you got a little bit more fight in you. That's what's up. Besides that, how was this week compared to last week?
This week, it was pretty decent. I say it was pretty decent, pretty relaxing, pretty good. Um, I finished technically not reading a book, but listening to a book that I thought was gonna be pretty decent, and it ended up actually being pretty decent. I'm on the second one now,
We got
and
a little part two.
I think it's actually three books in this. Would you call it series? No.
Yeah, like a romance novel or
It's under mystery.
mystery. Okay.
Drama. I want to say drama and mystery.
Hmm,
It's under drama and
interesting.
yeah. Because I was when I was looking for it, I was like, I don't really want to do romance. I don't really want to do like the murder mystery. So, sort of kind of didn't want to do the drama either. But I was like, well, it's not in my life. So, we'll just stick with the drama mystery. And then, yeah, like I said, it turned out actually to be a pretty good listen. I did read some of the pages, but like, you know, yeah, it was good. It was good. I would say, nah, it ain't. I still wouldn't say it's as good as Verity though, but it was the way that it was read was really engaging. Like they alternated between the main characters, or I feel like it probably was the same person, but she alternated her voice to make it seem like it was two different characters giving their side of the story. Oh, looks like we lost them there. Well, I guess I'll still talk about the book a little bit until he hopped back on. But yeah, it was a really good book. It was mostly about two sisters who kind of lived two different lives. They did have a brother. Well, not did, but they do have a brother. And well, they did have a father. He passed on, and the mom, she was married to their dad for XYZ amount of years, and to lose him was very hard for her to deal with. So the mom, she went that extra mile, reached out to a medium. I don't know if anybody believes in mediums, but she reached out to a medium to talk to him, try to get some support um, from him, like healing and all that stuff. And like he didn't, we'll say through the medium, he didn't really specifically reach out to her, but it was in a way that it was still in a way that we are a family, based on and stuff like that. It was a part of it where how he reached out, he was like, "So really, we just looking for and a Dorothy doll." And he had said something to his daughter, his youngest daughter, and was like, yeah, the apple trees is fine, the cherry trees is fine, but this tree grow big and tall and strong, like it has strong roots, and it will give shade to, shade to the area. So with that metaphor, it was like, yeah, man, we should be reaching out and we should, branch out and do all the different things that we have together. And that was his way of, through the reading of saying, um, Mary was fine, we're fine. But yeah, I thought it was a really good. I thought
It
it was a
sounded,
good book.
yeah, it sounded like it was good.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And that's probably the reason why it got a part 2 and a part 3. People kept wanting it.
Yeah, yeah. The second one seems. I almost feel like the second one might be the husband's love story, the one that had the affair.
Hmm.
Um, because the guys, I don't know if the wife, his mom name was Ann, or they never said it. But the grandpa, that's well, the dad. Well, anyway, the dad's name is Richard, and
Richard.
so yes, and so it started off with Ann and Richard and Katie, but I don't remember a Katie in this story either. So I don't know. I feel like with the name Richard being the grandfather's name and it's starting off with this, maybe, but I'll have to continue to listen before I really know like where this story lands at.
Gotcha, I got you. Yeah, definitely looking forward to hearing next week. You can fill us in next week. I know you gotta get up out of here for a few minutes, but yeah, we'll tap back in once you get back.
All right.
All right. Yo, what up? What up? What up? What's good, people? Y'all gonna have to just rock out with me for a while. I think Kobe should be coming in a little bit later on. Still haven't got to take back from him just yet, but yeah, man. This week for me, we're gonna get into the main topic of Anton, and I think I'm saying this in Yada Awakening. I think that's how you pronounce the gentleman's name. We're gonna jump into that in just a second, people. Just want to give our co-hosts or whatever the time to get themselves situated or whatnot. But yeah, man, this week is honestly it's been amazing, man. It's been amazing. As those of you that do know that follow me on my other channels, Katie the Great, we are still preparing for that 5K. Got less than a month now, and it's real, man. It's dang, good grief. It's legit. Like the countdown is real, like it's here. I actually received an email the other day letting me know like exactly where the 5K is going to take place. So we actually have like a little map. So, if y'all are interested in that, man, go check out Katie the Great. We're gonna get it in on there. And hopefully we'll be able to drop this time down. Your boy at like 30, well, the first time I was at like 32 minutes for the 3 mile. All right. That's not the entire 5K. For those of you that know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Five kids a little bit over 3 miles. So I was at about 32 minutes the first time I ran it, and I'm trying to, get that thing down somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. I'm trying to shed that amount of time in less than these last 30 days. So y'all tune in and I'll keep you guys updated about that. But besides that, man, the meal prepping and everything was going really, really well. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I got sick and tired of freaking asparagus, like for real. Eating, eat, eating too much, maybe too much green or something. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. As far as news and stuff goes, it's been a lot of stuff in the news that's kind of been popping up. Lil Dirt, man. I seen something. I don't know if I'm saying his name right either. Y'all know I don't listen. I don't follow what you call it, the rappers and stuff like that. Like that, to be honest with you, I'm more of a content creator. I'll check out their stuff more than the rappers because they stay in something, man. But I want to say I think his name is Little Dirk. Got arrested over alleged Murder for Hire. Dang, man. That was it was tough. It was tough. Like I briefly heard some stuff on the Breakfast Club. They were actually referencing and talking about, what had happened or whatever with that incident. I want to say it was another rapper that had, he's no longer here, and they were saying allegedly like that was basically like their retaliation to get back at some guy, but it was actually his cousin, and is unfortunate. Again, still innocent until proven guilty. We don't have any confirmation about any of these things right now. It's just speculation, even though they did technically, take them in or whatever for questioning and stuff like that. But yeah, man, they were saying stuff about the young man, how, it seemed like he was trying to turn over a new leaf. He had started doing some really, really positive stuff in the community and stuff like that. And honestly, like, listen, man, I understand, when you're rapping and stuff and you're, rapping about your life, trying to make it out of the hood or whatever. And so you put that type of stuff into your music, but you need to understand this, man. Like, once you get a certain type of lifestyle, you get that contract, that paycheck or whatever, like that's the time to flip it on, man. Like don't wait. Again, I'm not saying that he has did anything wrong, but don't wait until it's too late, man, till you do something crazy before, you start trying to switch it up or whatever. Do I ain't gonna say do whatever it is you got to do to get up there, but I understand that, some people go through things and they put those type of things into their music, but you got to continue to, evolve, man. And your real fans, they gonna rock with you. If they don't, then whatever paycheck, whatever, money you got or whatever, hopefully you good with money. Good with investments and stuff like that. That's what you should be doing with your money anyway. Again, we should always constantly be looking for a way to upgrade our mindset, our lifestyle, everything. You don't want to just stay the same. Keep doing the same thing, man, over and over again. Once you get up out of that lifestyle, it's time to switch it up, my friends. But yeah, man, I seen that stuff about Lil Durk. Hearts and prayers go out to every family that's involved in this situation, and I hope that justice is gonna be served or whatever. And I don't know, man. We're hearing all this stuff about what he's been doing lately. I'm just gonna say I hope this young brother is not involved in that stuff. Hopefully, it's just people just trying to say certain things or whatever because he got a big name or whatnot. In other words, in other news, you got Young Thug as well, man. Young Thug in the news again. That brother, man. It seems like he been this doggone court case been going on. It seemed like for about 2 years, man. 2, 3 doggone years. It might even be longer than that. Again, I don't really get a chance to follow it like that. But they saying that young Thug mistrial watch ramps up. According to how the prosecutors and everybody's been handling this thing, they done had like 2 or 3 different judges. People are still wondering, like, what are we waiting on, man? Go ahead and declare this thing as a mistrial already, and let that brother go. Because honestly, man, just hearing like the back and forth and everything like that, it sounds like these people are unprepared, very childish, and it seems like they're making a mockery out of that doggone that courtroom. Like, bro, just drop it and let it go. Young Thug he done gained a lot of weight, man. I know that ain't really got nothing to do with the mistrial, but I'm just like, good grief, brother, man. I don't know how long he been in there, but definitely look different, man. Definitely look different. Um, let's see. We got Tamala Mann and Tamala and David Mann. They were actually on the Breakfast Club as well, and I cannot tell you guys how refreshing it is to sit down and listen to 2 people that love each other, that have a successful marriage, like just spread so much positivity and joy in their marriage, and really rock with each other like the long way. They're like, listen, we have not had any separations during the time that we have been married. You know what I mean? It's never been a time where I've, separated from my wife. We've been living in different houses or whatever. Like, listen, anything that we going through, we gonna get through this thing together. There are times where we got to go on the other side of the house. Now, again, I know everybody don't have that you know where they can go on the side of the house, because we stand in where they stand in studio apartments or whatnot. But it still is refreshing just to hear two people that have grew together, and you know um she didn't have any children going into the marriage, but come to find out he did, not one but two, even 5 years after they had been married. He got a paper that say you've been served. You got a baby. Like, what? Like, what the hell going on? Like, I've been married for 5 years. I've never stepped out on my wife once. What are you talking about? And so he said he did kind of figure that it was a young lady out there that could potentially be, you know, could have possibly got pregnant by him. It was a chance. So, for her to stick it out with him, and rock out with him through all of those times or whatever, and still speak life and speak positivity into her husband, man. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Like, y'all don't understand, man. Being on social media, you guys know, most of the time people just come for the clicks. You know what I'm saying? They clicking on they because some drama and stuff like that, and I have to make sure that I provide some type of balance. And so I had to speak and talk about this before we get into this Yada and Anton situation. Because again, man, you don't see that too often, and sometimes you got to put the medicine inside the candy, and people come for drama, again, clicks and views, and arguments and stuff like that. But no, we gonna also talk about the positive. Like, it is still great people out here, black love, people out here doing it the right way. You know what I mean? And still love each other. I'm talking about like that unconditional love. Like she said, when she prays that God gives her more time with her husband after being with that man for over 2 decades. Come on, man. And on top of that, like, they work together all the time. From Tyler Perry, when they were doing that thing with Tyler, well, they technically still with Tyler Perry, but when they were doing those little is that a damn? That's a horse. Wow. Yeah, when they were doing that, doing those plays and stuff, you got Mr. Brown basically was playing Cora's daddy. They work together. They have a show together. Of course, they're married together. And for her still to say that she basically cannot get enough of being around her, and not even acts like, they didn't even really ask about anything, but for her to come out and say, I just want to go ahead and basically just give this man his flowers. Like, this man has helped me in every aspect of my life, like every aspect. Like, I look to him for everything. He's helped shape my career, from the time that we started singing. That guy that protected me. I was in a male group, and mind you, it was her, uh, him, Kurt Franklin, and a few others. I was like, Kurt Franklin was in a singing group. Could he sing? Can Kurt? I mean, I don't know. Can Kurt Franklin sing? One time I hear him is when he, do you remember Revolution? You know what I'm saying? But no, man, I thought that was dope. Like, I think what most men, they know. You know what I'm saying? When you have a young lady that's moving completely different. He was like, listen, when I got with her, I already knew what time it was, man, because it was easy to be able to identify, her as a wife, because she just moved different. When I called her, it wasn't about, what I'm saying, anything crazy. Every time I called her, he said she's washing dishes. She's washing dishes, so she just loved to sit there and have a conversation, with him. Just all love, man. All love and all positivity. I just love seeing and hearing that interaction between, again, two people that's been around each other for that long. And that honeymoon phase done pretty much phased out a long time ago. And those feelings still remain the same, if not deeper, now than what they used to be. That's a beautiful thing, man. Absolutely gorgeous thing. T, you done got back? T? She'll back. She should be back briefly. But yeah, man, that was another dope thing. Now we do have. I kind of want to get into this with the rest of the podcast about what's been going on lately between this Trump and Kamala Harris situation. Google it, Google it, boy. They say, boy, you can't make this stuff up, man. I think that it's really heated up now, man. I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and I don't know what's true because it's hard to decipher, what's real news versus what's fake news. Because we know, when politics and things like that start getting involved, man, it be so much doggone fake news. So it's hard to be able to decipher what's real and what's not. Because I was seeing something, and I don't know how true this is. Again, we'll just say just speculation and everything for right now, but something about Kamala Harris was on some sneaky type stuff about basically, those charges that they were filing against Donald Trump. Now, we do know that she used to be a prosecutor, right? Like she's been involved in that life before she became like a politician and vice president of the United States and everything like that. All those good things. But from TV shows, how the law sometimes works, we do know that there are a lot of corrupt individuals. I'm not saying that she is, but I'm just saying we do know this to exist. Like it's a lot of people, man. When it comes to power, when it comes to money, when it comes to exposure and stuff, man, people would do some crazy things when it comes to power, money, influence, and everything. And it ain't even got to be on that type of level. Like it can be on a smaller level, and people be out here tripping. I'm talking about going crazy for freaking likes and comments. But yeah, man, I definitely wanted to get into it with the rest of the podcast about what's been going on and seeing if they've heard anything crazy about this Kamala and Trump situation. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. I can't wait till it's all over. I honestly cannot wait until all of this mess is over, and we can go back to just listening to whatever. What's going on, Tina? So you done chime back in.
Yes, I am back.
Well, good. Yeah, man. We were talking about this Trump and Kamala Harris thing, man. Those, and again, all of this is pretty much alleged. Nothing has honestly been confirmed, but something about Kamala Harris on some sneaky stuff with Donald Trump. Like again, I don't know how true it is, so I'm not saying that this all this stuff is actual factuals. It's just some stuff that I've been hearing. The reason why all those charges that's been filed against some of those charges that's been filed against Donald Trump, she had something to do with it, and it was basically I don't know some false stuff that was going on. But again, with her being a prosecutor, her maybe pulling some strings or something like that. Did you hear about that? I don't know if it's fake news or not.
Uh, Not well, actually, not too much to be honest with you.
Uh,
Almost to the point of not hearing about it at all.
uh,
I, I mean, in the world of politics, it's no telling. To be honest with you, it could be like a little bit of bending the truth.
yeah.
So something might be true and something might be fabricated. So that's why we say alleged.
Gotcha. If you want to, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into the topic of today. All right, so Anton Daniels and Yada Awakening. Are you familiar with either one of these? I guess we'll just call them content creators.
Yes, Anton Daniels, this Yada Awakening, I have not heard of him until today. At least I don't know. I feel like I would have to see his face.
Hmm.
Um, because it seems like it could have been something that I've seen before because it was some other guy, could be him, could not be, who was saying but who was saying that he had three wives in like
Oh.
three different countries, I think, or something like that. And he was saying that it was actually the wives' decision on bringing in another woman into, but more on the business side. Like he does have children with each one of them, I think.
Mhm.
And he was like basically money this, money that, business this, business that. Uh, that's about it. I really haven't gone into depth and trying to figure out who he is and what else he does. But if it's the same person, then yeah, I've heard about him before. But if not, then no. And with oh,
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. You said and with.
and with Anton Daniels, actually you've mentioned him before, and saw some of his content. And oh yeah, we the podcast was it last week? Let me see. We watched the clip with him on it talking about Rita and how they kind of started, or what was it about? Nice, but no, sort of kind of nice guys business.
Finish.
Oh,
Yeah. Nice guys finished last. Yeah.
yeah, but it was something else though. I feel like it was something else, but yeah. So yeah, I'm sort of kind of familiar with him.
Dope. So before I get into all of that, I want you to go ahead and pull up the clip that has Yada and Anton on there, and it's gonna basically give our audience a little insight on who both of these guys are instead of hearing it from me. Yeah, so it's about, I want to say like maybe roughly around about 15, 20 seconds. You can go ahead and play it.
Okay.
Lies. They lied to us. They told us most men are triggered because they got comfortable allowing women to provide for them.
Never ever marry a woman or look to get in a relationship with a woman that is a single mother.
The women that agreed with going 50-50 with the men are women that's never had a real man.
You don't want people to be with you just because you have resources.
How can you expect her to work just as hard as you, come home, nurture the children, cook for you, have sex with you?
You can't keep the nigga that impregnated you. What makes you think that we want to hear your opinion?
Stop it right there.
Yeah. So, guys, so this was again Anton Daniels and Yada Awakening on. I want to say I heard about Harley initiated maybe about 3 months ago, I believe. First of all, great podcast, man, great channel, great brothers over there doing some great work, man. Shout out to them because this right here was definitely needed. So, what are your thoughts, just based on what we have seen thus far about uh, Yada and Anton?
Yes, that is the guy. That is the guy I was just talking about. Um, Something to see. It looks like something to see or listen to. I don't know if they showing their faces or whatnot, but yeah, definitely it would be something interesting to see both people's point of views. Um, I mean, the part where Anton said you can't even keep the guy that you had kids with. What makes well, I forgot how he said the rest of it, but pretty much what makes you think somebody else is gonna, want to keep you and stuff like that. So I was like, dang, that's kind of a valid point. I mean, well, I wouldn't say that it's not possible, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
what you? I mean, you can give your thoughts. I'm sure you will.
You said what?
I said you can give your thoughts, but yeah. What's your thoughts?
Well, I do want to start off by saying that when you were speaking, it actually kind of registered something in my brain. I was just like, "Yo, yeah, I've actually had heard of something about this guy," and I think it was pretty much similar or along the same lines of him having like multiple wives and basically paying for everything and starting businesses and being the provider for her and her family and putting her in a or putting his those other women in position to be able to take care of their family through the business that he's running in those different countries and stuff. So yeah, I think yeah that it does kind of make sense now, like where I've heard of this guy from. Like it seemed like he popped up just out of the blue. Maybe he went viral or whatever for something he said or whatever, and then I feel like it kind of got swept up under the rug a little bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, hearing about Anton Daniels, shout out to Kevin Samuels. So
Oh,
Kevin Samuels was actually one of the channels that I used to watch or whatever, and then Anton, and then the Lapeef Let's Talk or whatever. He was on that podcast. I was like, oh, okay, all right, pretty dope guy. Because one of the first videos that I watched of him was actually when I was doing some research for the Tesla Model Y. I was doing some research for the Tesla Model Y on YouTube or whatever, looking for different people that maybe be able to give me some insight. And I came across his channel, and he was buying a car for his wife. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like I had not seen too many black people in Teslas, especially not content creators, putting stuff out there about Teslas because beforehand, the only people I really seen in Teslas is like YouTubers, big time YouTubers. And most of those YouTubers didn't look like me. You know what I mean? Most of them were, Caucasian or whatever, or different races. And so when I stumbled upon that channel, I was like, wait a minute, this guy looks like me. And he was basically, he was just talking or whatever. And I ain't gonna lie, I was gonna fast forward through the video, like just give me the specs, give me the details, like, what did you do or whatever. And I thought he was getting it for himself, but he was getting it for his wife. And I was like, wait a minute, he bought his wife a car? Like, who is this guy? And so, he was like, yeah, I'm picking up this car, whatever, for my wife. This is something that she told me that she wanted. And we kind of shopped around, and, she didn't really want to go with one of the picks that I thought, which was the Mustang Mach E. Like, her heart has been set on this doggone Tesla. So I picked it up for her. And he just said it like it wasn't nothing. I was like, yo, that's freaking dope, man. Like that's dope. And then to see her reaction, and then him explaining, why he bought her a car. It's not just because, she's my wife, it's because she's awesome. Like she's been there for me since day one. And, she's looked out for me, when I didn't have anything, not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. We were staying, with my mom in a freaking basement, and she never wavered. Like, she never had one foot in the door, one foot out. It was always 10 toes down, and so I want to make sure that I look out for her. And I was just like, I don't really know who the hell this guy is, but I gotta click subscribe just from him saying those things. Like, man, you got to be a good person. You know what I'm saying? You look out for the people that, what I'm saying, that's in your circle or whatever. So yeah, that was pretty much how I got introduced to him. I really still haven't observed a lot of content from Yada, to keep it a band with you. Outside of this live stream, this was almost a 3 hour podcast, and it got good. It got
mhm.
real good. So I do want to play some of the things that they spoke about, and I believe it's going to pop up like right after that. Like they're gonna go through things, and then we're gonna listen to the very first interaction that they had between each other. But I think it was a lot of things that they had in common that they agree on, and then there was a few things that they were completely opposite on. Completely opposite.
You got it time stamped or?
I believe you should be able to go right into it. I believe. If not, we got MTR. We can use MTR. MTR as well.
There you have it, family. Welcome to Hardly Initiated. It is your host, Tyshawn Jackson, in the building with my co-host, Ryan Ketchens.
About to go
and
crazy
today,
tonight.
we have done something special.
Go to type in MTR. MTR's video on this actually gave a little bit more insight and some decent timestamps, so we don't have to go through all of that. But I did want to, while you're looking it up, I did want to bring up something before MTR comes up on the screen, and I don't know, I can't remember if he actually like highlighted the beginning, but it was when Yada was praying. So again, I don't know too much about this guy, so I can only go based on like face value, what he's presenting while I was consuming the content. And so again, I don't think that that MTR actually showed this, which I think is honestly a valid point and something that should have definitely been taken into consideration when it comes to like reviewing content, from how things start versus how they end. Like the start is really, really important how somebody starts. And from the jump, him and Anton had a little dialogue or whatever, basically saying, you're a funny dude or whatever, and you're my little brother. Like, just throwing little shots or whatever. This is my little brother right here. Again, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's little petty shots, but it's a debate. You know what I mean? You want it to be somewhat entertaining. It's okay to take the gloves off or whatever, man. Just don't go overboard. The issue that I had was, again, when the conversation first started, because I wasn't tripping about, this is a funny guy, and this, because that's what Anton basically said. He's a funny guy, but trying to be funny, like, you know what I'm saying? I look at it like clown. That's like he shows like clown-like behavior. But when Yada went, because Yada was like, yeah, this is my little brother. Again, I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? That's a jab to the face. I respect that. But Yada was like, is it okay if we pray before we get started? I'd have, like, right then and there, like, okay, that's respect. I respect that, man. And he started off pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? Keep all of this stuff, that we go through or whatever. I can't remember what he was saying, but, one of the last things that he said was, it was like a shot towards Anton during his prayer. And I was like, yeah, that was a little bit distasteful, man. You're bringing God into this, and you're using God to take a shot at somebody. Didn't like that. And again, that's not gonna show up on MTR's video, unfortunately. And I think he's gonna let the other thing play through. We're gonna let him talk real quick. Go ahead.
As he's trying to answer, he's throwing all of these damn words and all of these damn jabs.
Throw it back a little bit. Throw it back is crazy. Go back a little bit.
How far?
Just towards the beginning of that a little bit.
After MCR does his little intro, right when they start talking, that might be it.
Must get a brother to cover 100% of the bills. So let's bring some clarity to this, Yada. I'm gonna have you open up the conversation here. Should men be expected to cover 100% of the bills?
I believe if men are claiming to be providers, and we know that means to take care of whoever's under you, that he should provide 100%. While we're doing this gives the woman time and space, not just to be great for the man, but also great for the children. And I want to use myself for example. I provide 100% for my woman. My son, he's only 5 years old, and he was tested 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. 2 days ago, he's only in kindergarten, but he tested at a 4th grade level. Why is that? Because
That's
I
phenomenal.
handle my responsibility providing, and providing isn't just financial. Any man off the street can walk to a woman and give her money. Providing is elevating a woman mentally, elevating a woman spiritually, emotionally. This is what it means to provide for a woman. Not just here's some money, run off with it. No, let me elevate you. Let me bring you closer to your God. Let me set standards in your life. If your father gave you to me, you are my responsibility from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. I'm gonna love everything about you 100%. And if I can't do that, I'm not a man. I'm a male, and that's a difference.
That's your one
Man,
track.
talk to me, brother.
No.
Talk.
Before they go in, you can over
Keep going.
Yeah, I think that I think that MCR had a
from
valid
Yada's
point.
talking points who exactly that his audience is. Oftentimes you'll see these Derek Jackson like panderers within the female community that says a bunch of buzzwords and talking points that allows the women to feel good about themselves irrespective of their ability to contribute a damn thing to the relationship. Now, if you're saying that a man is not a man, he is a male unless he can provide 100% of the bills. Now, mind you, he's a multi-millionaire through this pandering bullshit. So him providing 100% of the bills, being a multimillionaire makes a lot of goddamn sense. But essentially what he's saying is that you are not a man until you could provide 100% of the bills to a woman. Meanwhile, the average salary in the United States, somewhere around $55,000 to $60,000.
Okay.
What are your thoughts based on Yada so far? Because again, we don't really know. We don't really know too much about this guy other than what he's presenting right now. So we all get grace.
Just Yada, because MTR is making some good points too.
Yeah, that was my bad. I should not have let that play. I just, if you can, unhear what you just heard and just
Dang. Oh gosh.
my bad. I should have.
So that's gonna be kind of difficult. But I feel like I would have still thought in a space where, like we don't really, people don't really have it like that, to where the man in today's society, depending on where they're at in life, to actually do cover 100% of the bills. I mean, I like the fact that he was saying that it allowed for the woman to be a good woman to her. Did he say to herself, to him and the children?
I heard to him and the children. I don't know if I heard to himself. I don't know. He might have. He might have. I ain't trying to.
He probably didn't. I don't think so. But I might be putting that in there. But I feel like if you good to yours, well, I hope so. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to unhear what MTR said. But I'm not against what he's saying so far. It's almost unrealistic, but it's plausible.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds good. It just depends on like the people that's in the relationship. Like it just depends on where they at in their lives, and has this been agreed upon. Now the whole you're not a man part, if you're not doing that, then that's kind of a bit of a shot, to males. Yeah, that's a bit of a shot, because like who's to say they're not trying, or who's in general, just who's to say that they're not trying, that they're just, again, like I said, haven't reached the potential to do so, if that's where they want to go in life, between the two people. Now, yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
I feel you. I think when it comes to being a good salesman, you have to be able to identify who your audience is. And you can make a lot of money if you know and you understand the analytics. How to, first of all, who is your audience? That's one of the first things you got to figure out. Who is my audience? Who am I speaking with? Who's the majority of the people that are coming to listen to me speak? And not trying to throw any jabs, but if it's women, if it's a woman or women, we do know that women are number one when it comes to consumers. You know what I
Oh,
mean? When it comes to selling something to someone, you'll be a lot better off going to a young lady versus going to a man. Like you can oftentimes make a woman feel a certain type of way about buying something, and she's gonna give it a second thought. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why when they go into the grocery store, no offense to y'all, when y'all go to the grocery store for one thing, for milk, y'all come out of there.
you is
I'm
taking
finna-
death.
we over here, I'm over here throwing shots at it. But no, man. When guys go in there, like, listen, man, I'm going in for one damn thing, one thing only. I'm going in there and I'm coming right back out. I'm going to get this dog these cookies. When I get them cookies, I'm coming straight out. It ain't gonna take me no more than 2 minutes, player. I
I
just
ain't
got
gonna,
to be at identify, go, check out. I'm out of there.
I'm thinking of a rebuttal right now, man, because
Go
that
ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Speak
I
your
don't
piece.
have one.
Speak your piece, queen.
I don't have one. Oh, but that's crazy. I mean, it's not crazy to say that, but it's true. Like I would say that is kind of crazily true. It almost feels well, for me, it almost feels like targeting, but in a negative way. It's not, but it feels
Yeah.
negative.
But
Because,
yeah, I would say, oh, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was about to say, because, like the mechanics, I'll just use those. They see a woman,
Oh.
yeah, oh, she ain't got no man with her. We finna cha-ching, cha-ching, y'all know what's up. Something, But yeah, I'll use that. But
But no, that is. I mean, it's unfortunate because you got people like I'm not even gonna speak on Yada Awakening. Again, I'm not 1,000% sure. If this brother is doing it for that purpose or not. But I'm just trying to throw examples out there from and kind of look at it from all spectrums or whatever. Because again, if you're like a Derek Jackson and you know and you understand that women are listening to you, then you know that women want you to say things that's going to make them feel good. Most men, the guys that I know, don't tell me nothing that's gonna make me feel good. I need logic. Like if I need to improve, go right to the doggone source. Don't beat around the bush, fam. Tell me, like, what's the reason why I'm not getting girls? You ugly. You know what I'm saying? You need to cut your doggone hair. Okay, cool, cool, cool. I'll go ahead and take that, and I'm gonna go about my doggone business. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to no, no, Queen, you look good. You look good. The man that you're supposed to be is gonna find you one day. Okay, you ain't got to change for no damn body. Two different, two different things, man. Two different things. But yeah, just based on what I've heard from Yada, Awakening thus far, it does kind of seem like he's pandering, and I ain't even gonna say a little bit because he kind of he dug in deep with that last comment was saying, you know what I'm saying, if you're not paying all of the bills, then you're not a man. Now I gotta also say this as well for a man that has been in that position that has paid all the bills and you know what I mean, allowing somebody to stay with you or whatever, it does feel good. But you again, what Anton was saying, like you have certain people out there that you just got to be careful about doing certain things for certain people because if a young lady is looking to be taken care of, then I think that's an issue. You know what I mean? Like I'm one of those people that I'm the complete opposite. They say a closed mouth don't get fed. I'm the complete opposite. Somebody that don't ask, those are the people that I think deserve the world. Like, listen, I'm just going to be. This is naturally who I am. I naturally want to make sure that I rub your feet when you come home. I rub your back when you come home. You know, us having, conversations and stuff because I just love talking to you. I love hearing you. You know what I mean? I love to make sure that you're good. You being good makes me feel good. And in return, I think that those people deserve everything. I mean, don't hold anything back. Anytime, y'all go out, that person should always be taken care of. Don't you ever lift your finger to pay for anything. And so, again, I kind of see Yada's point a little bit. Again, I'm trying to kind of play the devil's advocate a little bit on both sides. I do understand what he's saying, but the issue is, like, most people are just going to take what he says as face value. And I think that can be a really, really bad and negative thing. All right, I think again, I don't want MTR to speak too much. Can you speed it up just a little, like scrub through to the point where hopefully he's not giving like context behind? Because I will say this, man, y'all, when it comes to like certain content creators, they do a really, really great job with breaking things down really, really quick and kind of make you look at things, what I mean, from a different perspective. And I think that most of the time when I'm consuming content, they're like, this is the perfect time for that. But I want to make sure that, we both kind of give our authentic thoughts about, what we think about a person or whatever, just based on what we have heard. Because I still haven't went and looked at anything outside of this conversation. You know what I mean? What Yada has posted. I do see that he just recently got on Instagram, and he got like, I mean, not Instagram, but YouTube. He only got like 25,000 followers. So I'm thinking he must be huge on another platform, because this is a guy that makes millions of dollars per year, taking care of not one, not two, but three different families. Like, that's amazing, including his own. So technically, that's four. That's amazing. So definitely want to, shout out to the young brother for that. But yeah, did you find it, or is that
I
it? Is this it?
think this
All
is
right.
it. Let's see.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Talk to
right?
me, brother.
Because he's like Kamala Harris right now.
Talk to me, brother.
And I've heard all of these talking points.
Saying a lot of
and I don't
nothing.
even study him. Because he says the same thing over and over again.
Talk to me.
See, the thing is that this is a debate. Anton.
Let
Do you realize what he's doing right now? Do you see any issue with what's going on right now?
no. No, what no.
Well, the fact that Anton did not interrupt this man not one time.
Oh yeah.
And every time Anton starts to speak, ain't even got a full thought out yet. He continues to interrupt. Again, when I start, gentlemen, I just want you guys to pay attention really, really quickly. When it comes to having a conversation with anybody, when it comes to having a debate, the person that gets emotional first, that's the person that has lost. And not necessarily saying that you have to get loud, to be out here crying or getting angry at anything. Your emotions, like, you can tell if a person is getting emotional by doing things like this. Continue to repeat something over and over and over again without allowing somebody to get their full thoughts out when they have given you the opportunity to speak. And after you stop, again, you got to make sure that, when you're having these type of conversations or whatever, that you steer clear from getting emotional. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead from right here or
Yeah. If you can scrub through that'll be good.
all right, let's see.
Brother, talk to me.
Calm him
So
down.
you see how I was quiet
Talk to
when
me.
you were speaking?
No, you cut me up, but go ahead, brother.
I didn't say anything.
You got it, brother. There you go.
I was quiet
made
when
that
you were
up.
speaking.
Go ahead, brother.
And so now we're going to add nuance. Now we're going to add context. So first thing we have to do is we have to ask ourselves the question, what does it mean to be a man? Because being manly has nothing to do with a woman. It has nothing to do with pandering. It has nothing to do with just providing.
Yeah.
Being a man means being purposeful. That's what being a man is. That means that whatever it is that I seek from God, because my purpose is not a woman is a helpmeet. So when he panders to you guys, and ladies, remember, I don't know what he's selling. I don't know what product that he has, but my goal is to get you married. My goal is to have you married based off of what?
We do got some comments down there. Did you see those comments?
Oh, we have facts. I'm here. Who do you think? Oh, I'm thinking they talked about this here. Who you think? One, I see that. Two, speak Anton.
Hold on. Let's say who do you think won? I can answer the question and give a little bit of context. I think that Anton won, and I think that Anton won before he even got there. And I think that, again, it has a lot to do with emotion from the beginning of how things started throughout the entire conversation. I think that this guy was too emotional to actually have a conversation. I think that this brother Yada, again, just based on the things that I have seen from him, and based on the things that has been presented or whatever, I think that, yes, I believe that he's a phenomenal guy. Again, taking those people up under his wing and looking after those individuals, women, children, entire families is phenomenal. And that brother definitely should be celebrated for that. Like, no question at all. But also, again, when I started talking about like having these conversations and debates, man, I think that Anton ripped that man to like it wasn't even close. I think that Yada was honestly punching up, man. Muhammad Ali versus an amateur boxer. It was not even close, man. Not even close. And it seemed like, and again, Anton been doing this for far longer. Like, he's been having these conversations and stuff like this for way longer. And that's why it's important that you don't live in an echo chamber. Like, that you actually get out here and have conversations with other creators, other people that don't agree with you. It makes you a great debater. Learning how to keep your cool when somebody says something that you might disagree with, and still being able to hold your composure and still be able to articulate yourself and get your point across without doing the most. All right. What else? My bad.
God says is sanctified, right? I don't want y'all divorced. I don't want you unequally yoked. I don't want you to be a single baby mama. I don't want you shooting your shot in the dark.
Do you want to become a software engineer? Well, if you don't know what
No, I don't want to become a software engineer. I see it too. Somebody says, speak, Anton. He's right. It has nothing to do with a woman. Oh, yeah, you're talking about being a man? Yeah, absolutely, man. And again, I don't know if this brother is misinformed. You know what I mean? Because you do have people out there that when you give them, like, say, they can be in the game for a while, but maybe they haven't been taught. Maybe they grew up around or in a certain environment and they believe everything that they say to be true. And then they get around certain people and they just like, yo, everything that I thought, I ain't gonna say everything that I thought was a lie, but most of the things that I thought, honestly, when I look at the majority of people, this honestly don't work for most people. Maybe I need to switch it up a little bit, because I don't want to be out here, giving that false narrative, and people are not getting the things that they say that they want, especially if you care about your audience. I want to make sure that I'm speaking facts and I'm coming correct. All right.
Shot in the dark, thinking that this guy is giving you insight when he's just giving you talking points with no real substance behind it.
Let him cook.
And here's the context. At what age do you want to be married? Do you put yourself in a position to find the person that's best for you? Has your father given you away? Does your parents actually see value in the person that is looking to marry you? And when you start to ask yourself these questions,
accountability
and
questions.
I don't speak to just rich people, because we both have money, we both have resources. So let's remove that from the table. I speak to the majority, not the minority. And when you are 20, 21, 22 years old, especially if you are a person that's looking to become a man, you are supposed to fail in controlled environments, meaning that Your father is not even supposed to give you everything.
Very true.
He's supposed to give you what you need in order to be successful. My father was able to buy me a car, but he told me that I had to earn it and work for it because I valued it more, which then extended to every single thing that I touch, including the woman. See, my wife is here. My wife travels with me. She knows me. She understands me, right? And so at 20, 21, 22 years old, you supposed to be broke unless you're doing something that you ain't supposed to do in order to get it.
Right.
You're supposed to be building.
What are your thoughts? I know Anton cooking right now, but what are your thoughts so far in the conversation? Like, how do you think that this is going right now?
I think it's going good.
For who?
I think this would be a good well, at least Anton's points. It'd be good for, I wouldn't even say just men, but women to listen to too. Yeah, I don't know. Put some seasonings on that thing. What does that mean? So, I mean, what he's saying is like almost similar to what me and my sister has talked about before. But it was kind of like just having a lack, but it's ways to get the knowledge that you need just to be successful or whatever you find successful, because if you do the work, like he said, you will appreciate it more.
Yeah, definitely give us a tea. You said you and your sister was having a conversation. What y'all was talking about?
This was a little while ago. This was actually not even a little while ago. This is a long time ago. And trying to think of like what was like the main topic, because you know us women, we talk about anything, everything.
Yeah, y'all always talk about men, but go ahead.
No, not really. We were talking about books and movies and the kids. Like, well, growing up, you know, how it looks, you know, having two parents versus, or you know, how it would look or how it looked. Her, you know, her situation, like she actually knows who her father is and stuff like that. And but you know, he kind of wasn't, he was, you know, kind of, he wasn't around. And it's just like, yeah, this is the topic where we at now was relationships and like how to navigate them. And pretty much like, well, we feel like since our parent mom was a single parent, like she only had the resources that our grandmother gave. And which was weird because both of our grandparents, well, let me see, well, my grandparent, she was on her second marriage, but still, they still had a loving relationship, a loving marriage and stuff like that. But once our parents were here growing up, they were single moms trying to navigate. So there was some stuff that that they didn't have to hand down to us to like give us clues and hints and guides on like how to be a person, how to find a good person or a honest person and stuff like that. So, you know, we've had failed relationships and stuff like that. So it was just like, okay, well, one, we have to forgive them because they had what they had, and then two, we had to give them for ourselves and go out and seek the information that we lack, like, you know, through, you know, other married women or yeah, and you know, other married women, or even, you know, like a good friend that's like, that's really gonna give you the game and be like, nah, you know, your brother or something like that, that's really gonna like let you know, or go back to the grandparents. Her grandparents are still alive. So, you know, it's that's the part where I feel like it's similar. Just talking about like having those I guess, skills and working for it and trying to find it, and you appreciate it more once you've gotten it, or the person or the situation, and so you don't take things for granted. Like, I've done the work to kind of, to heal and process and learn what works and doesn't work, and you just, keep progressing, keep trying to be a better version of yourself.
Facts, facts, facts. I'll tell you what, man. Because we do got some comments down
Yeah.
below before we what's the name. Oh, what? This is what I be tripping about. You don't see no damn body else on this damn.
Well, hey,
Oh, that's
Melanie.
it, boy. Hell no, hell no, hell no, 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 no. Let me show y'all how you do this, fellas. Hey, address that. Hey, that ain't the only person you see on this damn panel. When you come in the room, you speak to everybody, not just one person. What the hell is going on? Dog, man. But anyway, like we said, let's go ahead and go through some of these comments real quick.
All right, you can see him, right?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see him.
Oh, okay, okay. Well,
Yeah,
you say, hey, KD. I'm sorry, dang.
yeah. Check this, man. Yeah, going on, dog. Hey,
Uh,
fellas, y'all need to nip that thing in the bud right then and there, man. Stop allowing these people to disrespect y'all. Hell going on.
yeah, you gotta say hey to everybody. Say hey, y'all, or hey, everyone. Where was we at last with the comments? Oh, who you think won? That was the last comment.
I think so. Yeah, who you think won? I see that too. Speak, Anton. I think we went past that. He right. I think that was the last one. I think it has nothing to do with the woman. Yeah, yeah. I think that was the last comment. We the people news say I can agree with that. Agree. Yeah, we got to start going on these guys. I don't know. I can agree with that. Um, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris talking points. Who you talking about? Who you talking about? Anton or logical versus feelings?
I would think that he's saying Anton is logical, and this is.
Oh,
Correct me if I'm wrong, we the people. Is that what you're saying? Logical Anton versus Yada is the feelings. But are we? She asked, "Did we miss you?" Her.
Hell no.
But they didn't teach the importance of having a man in the household.
Oh, talking about the older generation?
I'm guessing that's what he's referring to. I feel like it could be what he's referring to. Y'all give y'all parents too much grace, but let y'all friends give y'all bad advice to leave a good man. Make it make sense.
Oh, wait, what? Hold on, wait a minute. Y'all give y'all parents too much grace, but let y'all friends give y'all bad advice to leave a good man. Make it make sense. Wait, hold on, wait. Okay, y'all give y'all parents too much grace. Oh, you talking about for what? Not teaching.
The important, well, not teaching the importance of having a man in the household. Is that what?
Good for you, Melanie. Now let me stop. I'm coming with the smoke today. I'm messing with you, man. That boy on one today. Nah, F that. Nah, forget that, dog. but but no, I can kind of see what he's talking about. Like I'll just use majority. I ain't gonna use myself as an example, but I'll just speak to the majority. I think that yes. Well, I'll use myself. My grandmother or our grandmothers, our grandparents were married, absolutely. Um, but I still feel like that was still around like the feminist movement. You know what I mean? The only difference is their commitment was a lot deeper back then, and so they stayed because I can't really speak to why they stayed, but I'm just gonna say they did stay because they stuck it out for whatever reasons or whatnot. And I think that our parents didn't really push that and teach those things to us because I think that by this time those type of things were not really championed the way that it should be because that agenda has already started to be pushed out there. When you start thinking about the TV shows and everything, like they started having more conversations about basically saying it's okay for you to leave or not have a man. It's okay for you to be out here and be single. It's okay for you to have a child and do it on your own. And that's why they have so many other incentives, as far as housing and food and medical and everything, being pushed more. They were basically, I think personally, from the looks of things, they were basically incentivizing people to be alone. And I think that a lot of people pretty much just took that avenue because it was a lot easier. Like I would much rather get help through the government rather than build with someone. Because understand this, it's not easy. It's not easy, and a lot of people are gonna, especially when you give them choices. I mean, first of all, it's gonna be hard for people to make a choice. But when you give them choices, oftentimes people are gonna choose that easier route. So you telling me I can go around a long way? That's 3 miles, right? That's 3 miles, and I might learn a lot from it. Or, I can go this way. Now, they ain't gonna tell you there's a cliff, but that you're gonna end up walking off of. But I'd rather take the damn shortcut. Let's go ahead and do things the easy way, the short way. It ends up affecting them in a negative way, overall. But yeah, I don't think I think that's the reason why our parents didn't teach us, man. Because like you were saying, their parents didn't. That wasn't at the forefront like it should have been. Because I honestly, I don't only think I believe and I know the quickest way to wealth is through like actually having like a family and a team that's together. Easy, without question. And a lot of people don't utilize that. They don't teach the importance of having a man in the household. They don't teach the importance of having a man in the household. Um, I mean, again, not just it being one sided. You know what I'm saying? They don't teach the importance of unity, of family, of cooperating with each other, and that's men and women. Most people again aren't doing that. You know what I mean? And I think that it's crazy that you can have teamwork and stuff at work where no lie people literally spend most of their damn time at school or at work, and they are forced to I ain't gonna say forced with, but they do and work with those people a lot better and a lot easier versus actually being in the house with somebody that you probably only spend maybe 5 hours, y'all, because y'all going to sleep most of the damn time. You're spending anywhere from 3 to 5 hours with that person, and y'all can't figure out a way to get along. That's crazy to me, man. But yeah, I would definitely agree with that. They don't teach the importance of not just a man, but just two people cooperating with each other. That's what I think we need to honestly get back to. It's a lot easier together than it is apart, huh?
Should have had that soundboard real quick.
I got you. Y'all give and to that y'all give more give grace to your parents. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's just gonna be all grace. You know what I'm saying? Like in a certain type of environment, like of course definitely hold them accountable. Because you know they're adults at the end of the day and they definitely did the best that they could with what they had. But as an adult, man, you got to take some responsibility on your damn self. After you hit that age 18, fam, especially now, like they didn't really have the internet like that. You know what I'm saying? Back then. Like all the information that we need now is at the palm of our hand. There is no reason why people should be making as many mistakes as they make now. I'm not saying you shouldn't make any, but I think that all this information that we have available through coaches, through mentors, through the perfect examples of what it is to build or at least take the template of how to build with someone. I just think that it's crazy that we have so many failed relationships and things in I can't necessarily speak for other races, but definitely in the black community. Because again, we are still out here incentivizing that, you know, it's better to be single, it's better to be divorced, it's better to, you know, raise children on your own and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's honestly something I don't really understand. And I kind of want to pivot a little bit and talk about that Tia situation, Tia and Corey's situation, because y'all know I ain't gonna lie, I give Tia a lot of heck, for real. But you know she had a show that just recently came out, right?
No.
Yeah. So Tia just recently had a show that came out, man. And again, I'll probably give her like some of the most hate. Like, how in the world did you leave a guy that was as decent as he was? And a lot of people want to say, you know what I mean? We don't know what he was like behind closed doors. If you really pay attention to that young lady and listen and read between the lines, she's telling you that she even flat out said she felt like she made a mistake, a big mistake. You know, now she don't have anybody that she honestly like loves. You know, the dropping off of her children, and that young lady is broken. I'm telling you, man. Like she literally breaks down in the first 20 minutes of having a podcast. Like they had like a podcast where they actually let her speak. You know, they would ask her some questions, but they actually just let her speak. That she broke down in the first 20 minutes like 3 or 4 times. And it's been what, a year or two since they've been separated or whatever. And again, I'm going back to basically just trying to give her some grace, man. It sucks to see somebody like that, and I'm still gonna go back on accountability. You know, you technically did do this to yourself, but it still sucks to see because I grew up around mostly women, right? And even though I may, you know what I'm saying, seem like, you know what I'm saying, I'm tough or whatever, that stuff really is disappointing to see, man. How many women, again, that look like me or whatever, how many women are out here still making like the worst freaking decisions, man? My bad. Go ahead. You can go ahead and play the clip. It sucks. It really do though. Like just sitting there watching her on that doggone show, I was like, damn. And her friends, the friends that she got around her are trash, bro. Trash. Trying to get her to date, and it seems like she just keep on backsliding. Like she can't stop thinking about what she had. Honestly, how lucky she was to have somebody that loves her, that values her. And Corey was her first everything. At least that's what she said.
Well, before I continue on, just wanted to say Kobe made it in.
What up, Cole?
Yo, what's up, y'all?
What's good? What's good? Did you get a chance to see this or hear about this Anton Daniels versus Yada Awakening video
Nah, I
debate?
never got a chance to. I ain't never heard anything about it because I'm always following what Anton's doing some majority of the time. So I'm pretty shocked that I ain't hear nothing about this.
Yeah, yeah, man. This was crazy, dog. This was definitely an eye opener. So are you familiar with Yada Awakening?
Nah, not Yada Awakening.
Okay. Tina, can you play the beginning of this real quick? Just remember where we're at right now. If you can play the beginning and just give him a little, brief description of some of Yada's talking points and, what he believes or whatnot.
Oh, that was the other video.
I think it has it on here too. I think. Do it?
No, it kind of went into the conversation. Oh,
If you
Well,
can
you
give
should.
me a brief summary of what was said, then I can probably kind of piece it together.
well,
Yeah.
they want to, but that intro was probably
Yeah, everything.
It was like
You can go
that.
back. Yeah, you can go back. You can just click the other back button and it'll take you right back to that video. Yeah.
okay. If it start playing, my bad.
Oh, you good?
No, because I had to do some other stuff to get to this video.
Well, just if you type in Yada Awakening, I'm pretty sure or Yada and Anton, it'll pop up. It'll pop up in the what's the name? But yeah, Kobe. This debate happened. Or I'll just give you a little breakdown before she gets to the video. But Yada, I'm guessing, has been wanting to have a conversation with Anton Daniels, and Yada was actually insisting that Anton be there in person. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, again, this is me kind of like reading between the lines. I'm thinking that he was probably saying or believing that Anton wasn't going to have the same energy that he has online. Because oftentimes, when you see Anton, he's mostly online or whatever, and you don't really see like face to face conversations happening too much. So he was probably believing that if we have a face to face conversation, this guy, he's not going to be as animated as he is on, as with a face to face conversation or whatever. Did you bring it up, Tina?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I think this is it. I'm waiting on this ad.
All right. But yeah, they met on this podcast called Hardly Initiated. Phenomenal guys, man, over there doing some phenomenal work. I'm glad they actually put these two together. All right, so here it is. This is the beginning.
Wait.
Yeah, take it back.
Most men are triggered.
Straight into the trailer.
And we've been lied to. They lied to us. Most men are triggered because they gotten comfortable allowing women to provide for them.
Never ever marry a woman or look to get in a relationship with a woman that is a single mother.
The women that agreed with going 50-50 with the man are women that's never had a real man.
You don't want people to be with you just because you have resources.
How can you expect her to work just as hard as you, come home, nurture the children, cook for you, have sex with you?
You can't keep the nigga that impregnated you. What makes you think that we want to hear your opinion?
All right, did you get a chance to see that?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How did I do that?
Yeah, so that's Yada, man. Yada, I'm guessing he still has those three wives or whatever, man. He takes care of pretty much all of them, but he believes that a man is not a man unless he pays for all the bills, making sure that his woman is well taken care of or whatever. And he also believes in stepdads, you know what I'm saying? And you know what Anton's thoughts on being a stepdad is. Don't be a step crash dummy. She need to go back and be with the guy that she had children with. What else do they disagree on? They actually had a lot of things that they actually did agree on. I will say that. But yeah, that's basically the conversation that was taking place during this. When I tell you, dude, yo, when you get a chance, go and check out this video. This video is phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Again, I think Anton wiped the flow with him. I think that he did, but I still believe that Yada actually he's coming from a decent place, but I think that a lot of people like misinterpreted, you know what I'm saying, some of the things that he says. I think that it would probably be better if he give a little bit more context behind what he's saying and also hold everybody accountable. I think that the issue is Anton is probably a little bit more balanced versus Yada seems like he's kind of pandering to an audience, pandering to women a little bit. But yeah, what are your thoughts just based on that quick little snippet?
To be honest with you, man, just hearing that seemed like it. The way it's being said and way at the way that this was introduced, it sounded like this was like almost like a grudge match to see like who was right. Though that's the way it sounded from the beginning. It seemed like this is gonna be a grudge match.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, very, very, I think valid questions because in the black community, that's what's being talked about right now. The 50-50, a man paying for everything, guys being stepdads, and things like that. Like these are the biggest topics on these podcasts happening right now. And then you have two big creators, big influencers coming together on different ends of the spectrum and having these types of conversations. Huge followings. Like that video right now has over 200,000 views on it. And if you look at Harley Initiated, their next live only got like 19,000. So I think that it really speaks volumes about how many people actually tuned in to that show and was actually like we want to hear. We're here to listen and hear what both of these content creators have to say. And again, both of them are technically successful. If you look at their life, their lifestyle, and the things that they advocate for, or whatever, the both of these guys are pretty much living what they're talking about. And you don't have a lot of content creators that actually live what they're talking about. A lot of them talk about driving a nice Ferrari and only working 4 and 6 hours, but they ain't really living that. If you want that damn Ferrari, you want that $100,000, they are literally working their butts off. You know what I mean? But again, two guys, man, having these type of conversations. Again, both married, but yeah, I think the conversation, the entire video was phenomenal. I wish it would have been a little bit longer, to be honest with you. All right, and we got back to the top of the video. Let me get your what's the name? Do you think or do you believe that a man should pay 100% of the bills? Both of y'all.
I honestly think that comes with. I think it depends on where you are at financially as a man, in my opinion, because
Okay.
like I've always said, I feel like in this day and age, you need two incomes to survive
Mhm.
because the way inflation is just going up, I think it is hard. But can it be done? Yes, but but I feel like the only way it can be done based on where you at financially and can you do it? And and I don't really I kind of disagree because I heard what they said in the little snippet that like if you going I think Yachty said if you go 50-50 with a man, then that means that you haven't been in a real relationship.
Mhm.
I don't I don't get that because um because like based on what I just look at me and my wife. It's like our marriage is and what we do financially is not 50-50. It's just it kind of just how do I say it just gradually happened. Like it's not like hey we're gonna sit down and be like okay you take care of this I take care of this you take care of this I take care of this. It just kind of just happened as in oh I see that this falls in when you get paid. I see this falls when I get paid. So okay, I see where all this is falling. So like, all right, you take care of all this, and I'll take care of the rest.
Mhm.
That's that's just how our relationship is. It's never trying to. It's not to say like, oh well, you pay majority of the bills and I pay the least. Like it don't even. It's not even. It doesn't even look that way. It's just like we just make sure everything is taken care of together.
So let me ask you this: do you think that a man should eventually look to take over all the bills, or not?
If you can do it, that's why I feel like it's strictly based on where you are financially. If you can do it, if you can if you are in a if you on a certain financial status where if you can obviously take care of all the bills and your woman don't have to do anything, then yeah, if you can do it, then do it. It's by choice. But if you know if you know as a man yourself that you know you can't do it, be honest about it.
Okay. What are your thoughts, Tina? Do you believe that a man should pay 100% of the bills?
Well, no, honestly, not too different from what Kobe said. If if it's within the plans, within his purpose, within the purpose of the woman as well, then yeah, he go. He's providing, he's protecting. That's one way that he's doing such, and she is in her femininity. She takes care of him. She take care of the home. She can take care of herself. No one's complaining. Um, she's doing what she needs to do, and he's doing what needs to be done. Um, so if it's in the goals and the plans, then yes. If they're not there yet, then I'll say they just not there yet. If it's in the plans, but I feel like eventually, I see it. I would see it as as a part of his purpose. Like when they, I mean, I can't really deter it from like the modern woman, but when they do say provide and they do factor in finances, but it's yeah, I'm gonna say if she deserves it, if she's been down for him, been loyal to him and stuff like that, it's both a balance. So whichever works, if it's still 50-50 or if it's 100%, then it's kind of more, I feel like it's just more to whatever works.
And that comes with conversation throughout time
Mm.
because cause it's strictly based on the conversation that you and your partner has. Because because let's be honest here, if you are initially getting to know a woman or talk to a woman, if she says like if you have a woman that is hardworking and she doesn't mind hard work and she doesn't mind working doing a job and stuff like that, then that kind of tells like all right, like if he said like hey like I'm not where I want to be at, but I'm looking to get there in time. That it's like it's just being honest. But if you if you give off that moniker of like, oh yeah, I got this, and like sometimes people say that whatever you start with, you got to continue with it.
Mm.
And I know sometimes for me, like there's a lot of stuff I started with my wife, and did I like have hiccups on it and stuff? Yeah, of course. But sometimes because sometimes if you're dealing with a certain woman at a certain point in time, the stuff that she used to do, she probably like, you know what? I appreciate that you try to keep up with this, but I really don't care about that no more. Like let's be honest here. You I feel like when they say, "Do should men pay all the bills?" I think in somewhat of an aspect, yes. But if you are not in that financial state where you can do it, don't do it. Because one thing I know for me, I am not gonna run myself into the ground to allow somebody to like. I'm not gonna sit up here and put on a facade by saying like I can do this, and I know I can't do it.
I feel it. I feel it. I'm gonna go ahead and go real quick. I would say this. Do I believe that a man should pay all the bills? Initially, no. I think that every relationship, I don't give a damn if this guy has $1 million or he only got $1 to his damn name. I think that in the beginning, I think that everything is supposed to be earned. That's why I say this, and I'm gonna always say this. I don't give ish to nobody. I don't give a damn who you are. Everybody's pretty much always gonna be on that same spectrum. Anything that you want, you're going to earn it, and you're gonna earn it through the energy that you give to any particular situation that we have going on. That's how you earn. You got to earn your keep. Because I don't expect anything to just be handed to me. I want to work for everything. And one of the things that Anton was saying, like you appreciate things a lot more when you work for it versus just giving somebody this. Now, again, in the beginning, we're gonna go through hell and high waters because that's what's going to build your character. That's going to that, or it should build character, and it should make your friendship, your relationship, and your communication a lot stronger. If it does the complete opposite, then chances are y'all are not, you know, equally yoked. Y'all probably need to go find somebody that's a little bit more willing to do what needs to be done to get to whatever that overall goal is. And again, eventually, I do believe that at a certain point that guys should pay 100% of the bills. Now, with that, that don't mean that the woman that you're with just chill all damn day. No, we not doing that, man.
Hmm.
You're gonna be in charge of these
Bro,
damn books or something. It ain't gonna be
speak
like
on it,
a
bro.
hard job, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy. But no, you're gonna probably 9 times out of 10 learn a new skill because each and every day you want to improve, you want to learn something. And I've seen like even kids. I mean, I ain't gonna say adults, from kids all the way up to adults. When you give them something and they're learning things, that's when a person honestly feel like they're most fulfilled in their life when they're learning something new. They're adding value. Even like you can just take it back to kids, man. You give them a little task to do after they be done doggone complete that. You give them a high five. Y'all got a reason to celebrate. They want to talk about something that they just learned. I think that people in general are that way. Like always, you kind of always want to be moving that needle. But yeah, just to answer the question, I think that eventually I do believe that yeah, men are supposed to pay everything. Now we do have some comments down in the chat. Tina, you wanna put them up on the what's the name
Yes.
so we can.
Go backwards. Or...
I
I think
believe the last thing we stopped at was what was the last thing we stopped at? The older generation. Wait,
Oh,
hey Katie, sorry. Hey everybody. Older generation did. or my bad, our older generation did. I guess you can put that long paragraph up there that We the People News dropped.
Nobody answered my comment. Why don't women hold their friends accountable for giving them bad advice to leave a good guy? Why don't y'all hold your friends accountable?
Because they
Uh-oh.
don't. Because they
Hold
don't.
on. Let the women let the women speak. Like, go ahead, Tina. What's your oh, we got a laugh over here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh hell.
Whew. Good question. Good question. I'm not really speaking for myself. I feel like in general, like Katie was saying, the echo chamber. Like women, most of the time, they go off their feelings and they want to feel validated and cheered and praised and stuff like that. So you kind of listen to the masses versus listen to the logic. And we don't typically hold our friends accountable, and just thinking about misery needing company, so they're not giving the advice that's going to make you improve, make you think in a way that make you think instead of make you feel. So the reason why I would say, like I said, the echo chamber, um the validation, I would say it's masked as support. Um yeah, but it's yeah, why
Who
we
rubbing their hands? Who
that's
rubbing their hands? Oh, shit.
dang,
That's
quit this
hilarious.
is so hard.
That is hilarious, man. Like, oh,
Hmm. Yeah. Y'all got
yeah.
comments?
Did you want to? You can go ahead now, cause I want to.
Um, honestly, bro, like I feel like women don't keep their friends accountable because uh I feel like certain women have that friend that is, in a sense, the one that always hops in and out relationships, and that's the one that gives the most bad advice.
That boy
Because
short.
listen, I'm being real. You sometimes you have those friends that will sit up there and tell you like, oh, he's doing this to you, he's doing that to you because she don't got. Let's be real, because she don't got her shit together, bro. Because she got somebody that's always doing her wrong, so she expect everybody else to do the same exact thing that somebody did to her, and it just don't make sense, bro. Because even when even when, like, for example, you can have that girl, everything is going everything can be going wrong or something can be going right with that guy, and that girl is wrong, and then you got that friend saying like, nah, girl, you need him to work for it, he got to know that he missing out on a good one. And then and evidently, like, the girl knows she's wrong, and she's cool with just being like, she's cool being like, hey, I'm wrong, like, I can tell him that I'm wrong and I can apologize. And that friend be like, nah, you gotta play the game right. You gotta make sure you tell him that you right without saying that you right. Like,
What are you laughing at? What's going on?
It be because it be stuff like that. I haven't experienced it. I haven't haven't. Well, I wasn't the recipient of the advice, but I was in the room. I would just say I would just say that, and it wasn't ill. Well, I guess in hindsight, it was ill will advice because it was like I said, it was coming from it was it was coming from, and I'm also kind of reading on to some of these comments. But
Oh,
yeah, it was like how he was said, it was advice is saying, you know, you gotta show him without showing him. He'll realize that he did this and didn't do that, and instead of just one keeping your friends out of your relationship, that would be probably the biggest thing that people need to get in their heads, if because people from the outside looking in don't really know like what's inside. So that would be the biggest thing. And then um if you getting advice from people that's pretty much just as single as you are, they don't have the results. Like they are giving. I sometimes I feel like they could give decent advice because they should know what doesn't work, but they still don't know what does work.
Don't. I say this. That's the number one rule. Do when you're married, don't get no advice from a single person.
Mm.
If you not have been in that position to when if you never been up at that altar or been at that courthouse and somebody married you, and if you are not married, I feel like you are not liable to give anybody no type of advice. If you're single and you never been married, don't you have no right to give anybody any advice. If you've been married and you got divorced and then got married again, or you got divorced, you have somewhat of a leeway to say like, because you could be in a situation where you messed up and you just giving your advice to tell a person like, hey, I've been married before, I did this and it went left, and I made a terrible mistake, and I wish I never done it. Take that type of advice than taking advice from somebody that's never been married.
So we do have a good bit of comments. Uh yeah, I don't know if we should go back or
if
just
see, that's the thing about some of those comments. If they've been posted a while ago, it's gonna be hard to really understand. I mean, we can read through them like quickly, but if we don't understand, y'all, we apologize. It's kind of hard to keep up with those comments
well it kind
and without like interrupting people. We don't want to interrupt anybody while they're speaking. So yeah, but yeah, where did we start? Where was the last?
okay, we was at this was the comment that's up now about the accountability and the accountable. Why don't you hold your friends accountable? Then we have this comment here. Why don't y'all stop being their friends?
Oh, wait, stop right there. Yeah, that's a good question. Questions we definitely got to address. If it's a question, I think that's a good lesson in the comments. You know what I mean? Yeah, why don't people start being their friend? Because I
Mhm.
want to kind of take it off Tina real quick. Kobe, let me ask you a question. If
All
your
right.
friend give you bad advice, like just say for instance, you know what I mean? Well, we ain't gonna use you. We'll just use scenario. If a guy gives another guy bad advice on relationships and he listens to that guy, and let's say for instance he leave a good girl that ends up becoming a great wife to somebody else. Do you hold that guy accountable? Do you stop being his friend?
Mm, that is a good question. Do I stop being his friend?
Mm-hmm.
I think it kind of depends because like I feel like
It's a yes or
if
no, brother. No, we ain't even going. I can't give you grace this time.
uh,
I can't give you grace
uh,
this time. No, it's only fair if we just give that solid answer. I want to go around the room and then we can add context afterward. That way it'll be fair. Do you think that he should stop being friends with that guy?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Okay. All right, Tina.
I say no.
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah because when I think about, I don't know about every other culture, the chances of somebody being able to meet and find somebody that they can possibly spend the rest of their life with is slim to none. Honestly, especially in our community. Again, and if you giving me bad advice, especially from somebody that I trust, and when you giving advice, most of y'all know is bad advice. I think most people really know if they're giving bad advice from being around. Again, this is not just somebody that I just kick it with from time. No, this is my best friend. This is somebody that I confide in, and we done had these type of conversations. I've told you, I'll probably discuss with you what type of person I'm dealing with, and what I'm used to dealing with. And you're telling me this person that could potentially be my wife, this guy that can potentially be that lady's husband, is somebody that you told me to leave. Again, you got major influence on my life, and you know this. And you gave me that bad advice. Yeah, no, you gone, fam. That's it for you. That's it. Again, I'm not going. I probably wouldn't cut you out completely, but I'm definitely gonna distance myself from you, like big time, big time.
So so you technically not. So you technically still their friend.
No, not really. Associates is completely different. I'm gonna say
Okay.
hey, and I'm gonna say hey, and I'm gonna say bye. But no, we not. Again, we going from being a best friend. When I say distance myself from you, I'm not going. I'm not one of those people that burn bridges. I'm never gonna be that guy. I'm not saying that. But when I talk about somebody that's my friend, the words that I say, they hold, they carry big time. Like everybody know how I am. I'm really particular on what I say and how I say things. So if I call you a friend, you need to know and you need to understand that if you're around me, I got you. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Family and friend is pretty really similar to me. But once you cross a line and I put you in another box, then no, we not cool no more, fam. Again, I will be cordial with somebody that I don't know at all. I'll say hey and I'll say bye to a complete stranger. I'm gonna be respectful. But when I talk about being a friend, nah, that's it for you. That ship is sailed, fam. It's over for you.
All right. Let me say this, bro.
Hmm.
Because now we get into the technicalities of everything.
Hmm.
Because if it's a best friend, bro,
Hmm.
because this is how I look at it. If I'm coming to you about something that I'm dealing with, or I need help in my relationship, and I value your opinion, and you're not gonna stir me in the wrong direction, that's why I said it depends on the situation. Because if you're dealing with somebody that's your best friend, and sometimes you would think that your best friend got your best interests at heart, so they won't stir you in the wrong direction. Then and maybe in some way that you might listen to your best friend because that's your best friend. Because let's be honest here. You have best friends. Sometimes it gives or take. It depends on the situation, but sometimes your best friend will catch something that you not catching, where they may turn around and be like, bro, like he might tell you like, bro, I understand that you happy and everything with your girl, but bro, watch out for her. Cause you got friends like that. You got a best friend like that. Be like, hey man, I know you love her. I know y'all are like in a good relationship, but like I will watch out. They won't say that for no reason. And sometimes initially in that moment, it may not happen. It might happen like a month or two, a year from now, down the road. But I know for me, I'm just not going to anybody just to confide them with my problems if we are not locked in. Where like I can come to you about everything. Now, if you one of my friends and you're like my associate to me, and we don't hang out outside of anything else, heck no, I'm not coming to you.
Okay, so again, I don't want to move the goalposts. I want to stay right there, right? Again, we're not talking about somebody. We're talking about those people that you confide in, somebody that I trust. I value your opinion. And if you're not sure, then why in the world would you give that to me? It don't make any sense. No, before I listen, if I know something, if I know this young lady has did something, then I'm gonna bring it up. But if I'm speculating or I'm saying like, hey, I don't know, but you need to be careful. No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because say for instance, what if you were wrong? What if you were wrong? And in this case, that person was wrong. What if you were wrong and you just ruined a great thing? An important person in my life, and because of your bad judge of character and your bad wording, I just let that person walk out of my life forever. Thank you. No, you can go on about your business.
But that depends on how the friend, like you said, sir. There are certain people that you have in your life that you consider like family, like a close one, like they like a brother or who, or like a sister, whoever to you. Sometimes a person can be wrong. That's just everybody's not gonna always be right. Not everybody's gonna catch everything where they think something's going on. And sometimes if a friend come to you about something, it's because they trust your opinion. And sometimes you being that friend when they come to you and ask for advice, sometimes you have to be there and be in that moment and say like, "Hey man, like I understand what you're going through, but I honestly, as a friend, you should be straight up and be like, "Hey man, I understand what you're going through, but I really don't have no advice to give you on that one. That's something that you're gonna have to pretty much figure out on your own."
Exactly. I mean, you pretty much just proved my point, right? Again, if I don't know anything for sure, I'm not gonna bring it up. If I have clear knowledge that this person has stepped out on you for whatever reason, or you had like I got stuff that I can literally bring to you, and I got like cold hard evidence, that's completely different versus somebody that's not sure, that's coming to you on some coulda, woulda, shoulda type of ish. You're creating something. Listen, me and this young lady ain't had no bad blood on up until this point. We've been good. Like, fam, listen, bro, you know I rock with you. Come holler at me. Come top it up with me. We're gonna sit down, we're gonna have some dinner, right? I rock with
Mm-hmm.
this chick, man. You know what I'm saying? This could potentially be the woman that I plan on spending the rest of my life with. What do you think about her? If this dude come to me with some BS that's not solid, and I end up, you know what I'm saying, making a decision based on, like, fam, it's over for you, man. It's over for you because that thing did not exist until you open your mouth. So if you don't have no solid advice to give to somebody, you shouldn't be giving it in the first place, especially, again, like you said, this is somebody that I value their opinion. And this person know that I value their opinion. You need to be careful. It's a lot of power and a lot of influence in that tongue. And
Now,
if, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
okay, then okay, I'm gonna say this because I'm not gonna get into details and anything about it. But like I use, like I know it's relationship wise is different when it comes to friendship. So like when it comes to my lady, I'll use my lady for example. If my wife is having a problem about something and something is weighing on her or something like that, it can be whatever the case may be. Me as her husband, she trusts my opinion and she values my opinion because I'm her husband. But
But that's
I know
different
for
though. That's
me,
that's not a friendship
no,
because
I'm just
y'all
saying
are
I'm trying
legally
to
binded. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying like for me, what like yes, my is two different things, but I still go about it the same exact way. So like if I got a friend that comes to me about his problems that he having with his relationship, or if my wife comes to him about that she has something going on with a friendship or whatever the case may be, if a person says like I feel this way, this is how I'm feeling, like I feel like this is what's going on. I don't know what's going on. They're acting weird or something, or because like a person like in a relationship can have be like, hey, my girl's been acting weird, man. I don't know what's going on. Like she's not talking to me. She's not doing what she normally would do. And nine times out of ten, the main reason is that either she's she going behind his back doing something that she's not
Whoa,
supposed to be
whoa, whoa,
doing.
whoa, 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 whoa,
Just
whoa.
hear, just
No,
just hear
fam.
what I'm saying. Just hear what I'm
No,
saying.
hold on, wait.
You
Before
got
you even get that out, that's not true though. Just because this young lady is not talking to him, that don't automatically mean that she's stepping out. Women
but
go
this
through a lot of different things. They're
yeah,
emotional.
but this is what I'm saying though. You got hear what I'm saying though, bro. I'm saying
Right.
like sometimes it can be that,
Right.
but for me as a friend, I don't look at it in that way. I always say when it comes to situations like that, as a friend, I would come to you. If you come to me, I'm gonna tell you straight. I was like, bro, first thing I automatically say, I was like, bro, you don't know what's going on with her. She probably don't want to talk about it right now. And I would say, like, hey, this what could be going on. This what could be going on. You just don't know unless you talk to him and act. I'm not that type of person that's just gonna jump the gun and be like, bro, she's cheating on you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm
But
a
but
per-
but you see how you still sort of kind of planting seeds for that though.
no,
Maybe you're not directly saying that she is, but she could potentially be. And what if she's not? But you don't put something in that person's head versus me, that person coming in and confiding in me and asking me like, hey, I'm going through this or whatever. I would say, I would be like, fam, what you need to do is you need to figure out a way to go and speak to that young lady. It's not always about what you say. Sometimes it's about how you say things and the appropriate time to bring those things up. I'm not putting anything in your head and saying that she could be potentially doing this or she could be potentially doing that. Like, no, you need to go and speak directly to the source. That's your girl. And if y'all are planning on being with each other, especially long term, y'all need to be able to have these conversations like this, like these type of tough conversations. That's what's really going to test y'all foundation. And this is how you grow in those relationships, by having these conversations.
and I agree. I'm because like I'm the type of person I'm never gonna stir you in the wrong direction.
Mhm.
I just know how people think sometimes.
Mhm.
And so I'm not trying to ingrain in your brain like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it is. I'm just telling you hey man, maybe she's not comfortable talking about it yet because it's weighing on her. Or maybe she just wants you to come up to her and ask her like, hey babe, I see what's going on. Like, I just want to talk to you and see what's going on so I could be somewhat of a support. But if you've done that and you're still not getting no response, then sometimes I'll be like, hey, maybe you should back off and just let her come to you whenever she's ready. I don't sit there and try to say that they're cheating on you. I always say I always tell a person, you never know what's going on with a person until you talk to them or they come and talk to you. Either you initiate it or they initiate it. I'm not. I would never be that person and say like, oh, they're cheating on you.
I agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I agree with all of that. Yeah, that's facts. I do I do want to kind of hear from Tina. Tina, what are your thoughts right now?
My thoughts are, well, my thoughts are, I said no because what honestly what I have done is just certain topics I won't bring to them. So in that case, if
What you
the
what you mean? What you mean? I feel like, what I'm saying, this is a little bit of smoke and mirrors. I gotta know. I gotta.
I think she's saying if she go to her girl about something
Mhm.
and she said that he cheating and she confront him about it and said that he's cheating and he's not, then she'll know like, all right, I can't come to you about that stuff no more. Sometimes I usually when I see stuff like that, the woman usually cut the friend off when they try to assume that somebody's cheating because they've been cheated on so much.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people do that. Like they're the advice that they give their friends is oftentimes based on how their relationships and stuff have gone. And I think it's a valid question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, are people, or women, or men, holding their friends accountable for, basically just giving them bad advice.
But no, so in that question, no, they're not. And for right here, like I said, I would just not talk to them about relationship questions. Um, I
Even
feel
if,
like
no, go ahead. My bad.
even if it costs a good
Yeah,
relationship.
Yeah, not just a good relationship. Again, I'm talking about that potential like you what do they call it? Soulmate. Yeah, that potential soulmate. This is what I'm talking about right here. I want y'all to be real. I know y'all up here trying to play politics and be nice and everything, but keep it a band right now, right?
Mhm.
This was you felt like your soulmate, like everything was clicking on all cylinders, everything matching, vibing, and that
Okay.
person that you confide in, you go to them, and they give you some bad advice. They done did whatever, and now you ultimately step away from that person because of the information that you got from your. I'm gonna put in quotation marks. Your friend, your best friend.
Well, when you put the quotation and put on the emphasis of best friend, then that that gives more weight to the advice.
But that's pretty much what I think it is, right?
Yeah.
Because if we keeping it a band, right? My bad. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Then I'm gonna go.
Oh, yeah. So if you're putting more emphasis into the best friend, this person, like you said, this person you confide in on a regular, y'all, y'all have a good friendship. And like you said, it's bad advice. It's part of, I don't, it's just part of me is just like, is it intentional or is it just because that's the advice that they can give?
I'm
And
thinking right. Oh,
hold on.
you paused for a while. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And I'm thinking about what you just said about like, okay, well, if they don't have a sound advice, why give advice at all? But I'm thinking at that response, I'm thinking, well, they just want to be supportive. But you never know how it can be taken, like how the
Is
advice.
support negative? Is support
No,
supposed to come off negative, or is it supposed to be
no, it is
genuine?
huh?
Is it supposed to be genuine? I'm thinking, I don't know, man. I grew up in the South, right?
Mhm.
And I'm thinking advice normally comes from like when somebody is giving advice, it's normally positive. It's not anything negative about the situation. Again, if you have something that's solid, that's completely different, that's not advice. I'm telling you what I know. But if I don't know anything, fam, when it comes to you being in that relationship, your marriage or whatever, I'm going to give you some advice to be optimistic about this thing. Be in
Mhm.
good graces, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's a good person. Y'all been together for this long. Y'all been rocking for this long. Stay encouraged. Talk to each other. Spend time with each other. Be around each other. Love on each other.
Mhm.
Like that's advice.
Yes.
Yeah, I just I know me.
Yes.
I can't this
I'm
I just know I know me. I don't care if you're dating somebody, and I don't care if I dislike them or not. I'm not gonna give you no type of bad advice, because if you love that person, because the way I look at it, if you're in a relationship with somebody and I dislike them, I'm not gonna give you bad advice. I'm gonna tell you, like, bro, I was like, I'm not gonna say something to him to end his relationship, because the way I look at it is, if you happy and you love her, then I'm happy too.
Mhm.
No, I'm saying if the shoe was on the other foot. Again, I'm just hypothetically. I'm not saying, any of us is in this situation. I'm saying hypothetically. If the shoe was on the opposite foot, that person or just you playing a character, get some bad advice from a friend. They giving you bad advice. And he's saying basically you don't. I know I kind of took this thing and ran with it, but just read it. I like to try to read in between the lines, right? I like to try to read in between the lines, and it just seems like what he's basically saying. Why don't y'all stop being friends? Basically, why aren't y'all holding these women accountable, or your friends, these girls accountable, whatever? I don't think that this guy is talking about somebody that, again, you don't rock with the long way. You don't trust. Like, you trust this person. You confide in this person. Like, you talking to this person about your relationship. And they give you bad advice about your relationship, and y'all ultimately break up because of that. But this is somebody that ended up being a perfect husband to somebody, or a perfect wife to somebody else.
I just can't get over the fact. I just can't get over my thought of, is it meant to be bad advice?
Absolutely, I think so.
Can
I
you
think
can
so.
you but can you spot bad advice though? I feel
Absolutely, I know I can. Absolutely, yes.
So
I can spot
I,
bad advice too. I just know
that's
what's
easy.
wrong and what's I
That-
know.
that's light work. That's light work right there. Absolutely. But this is again why I cannot be influenced by people. I can't be influenced by what anybody else has to say. Like once once I got it figured out, there's nothing anybody else can tell me. Like you can say, like say for again, if I'm in a situation and a guy comes to me, hey man, listen fam, I know you rock with that girl a long way, but yeah, I don't think that she's the girl for you, fam. I think that you can do a lot better. You know what I mean? If you look at the roster of women that you normally have, like, you normally deal with eight, nines, and tens, but this girl's a six. Like, you should be with an eight, nine, and 10. You know what I'm gonna tell that nigga? Yo, my bad. I ain't mean to say the N word. Yo, shut up. What the hell is you talking about, man?
That's bad
I,
advice. That's
it's a
bad
yeah,
reason.
advice.
It's a reason why I rock with this girl. But that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. That's pretty much what it is in a nutshell. Somebody is coming to you, or you're going to somebody. You're asking them, like, what are your thoughts on this, man? And being able to spot the spot bad advice is, I mean, it's not hard. Again, somebody's coming to you with negativity that they don't have any concrete evidence. No concrete evidence. What I can't continue to dig in about, there's no solid evidence in this matter. This is just somebody that's saying, I feel or I think. Not somebody that can come to you and tell you, like, listen, this is why you shouldn't be with this person, X, Y, and Z. Proof is in the pudding right here. Bam, bam, bam. These are the pictures, the video, the text message, whatever.
Okay, who would you say that will ruin a relationship a lot quicker? A woman or a man?
Ruin a relationship a lot quicker, or a woman or a man. Hmm. I don't know. What do you think, Tink?
Now let's use this. Let's use the same topic when if it comes to giving advice.
it'll
Who
be a
would you,
woman.
who?
I think it would be a woman because if you saying that, okay, in the scenario of going to friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, women do go to their friends while they are emotional. So that makes the rest of them emotional. So instead of coming down off that high, I'm gonna say, and not even talking to their friends and actually just talking to their person or party, the other person that's in the relationship, they're going to vent, you know, go off. Everybody's grab your torch and pitchforks. So I, in that aspect, yeah, I definitely would say a woman will ruin a relationship quicker than a man.
Let's be honest here. You see it in TV shows. You see it in movies. Like let's be real though. Whenever you watch a movie or a TV show, you always see that woman got that one friend that always thinks the worst of a person,
Mm.
and every single time they think the worst of a person, say like, "Oh, this person's doing this person doing that," and come to find out they was actually doing nothing the whole time. And you always see the girl always cuts off that friend. It always happens. You rarely see a man ruining something for his boy.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. I think most men are going to give a logical answer when it comes to anything, um, and ultimately allows that guy again. If he don't have anything solid, then no, I'm gonna allow you to make the best decision for you, fam. I don't want to come in between anything that you got because I want the best. I honestly, really and truly want the best for you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think that most women really have friends.
They have associates.
They got witches, women that deep down want they doggone life. But well, I don't want to get into. Let's read the rest of these doggone comments.
What? I
Because
mean,
when they be coming for each other like behind each other's backs like hard, dog. Again, I grew up around women, and I got big ears. I'm talking about them Martin, Will Smith ears. I used to sit back and listen to a lot of conversation. I'm just like, yo, mom. Everybody thought I was in there asleep. No, I'm listening. I'm listening. When mom step out, go to the bathroom, or my auntie step out, go to the bathroom, they playing spades. I was sleeping with Tariq behind such and such back. What? That's your spade partner. What you mean? Well, I'm telling you, boy, it's crazy.
They
It's
won't
crazy.
tell them. They won't tell them that they wrong.
Hell no, man. The moment, oh, you broke up with such and such, say no more. I've been waiting to inbox his ass. I'm not gonna overstep while we cool. But trust and believe. When I what's the name? When you stop dealing with him, because I know you hate him so much and you ain't gonna want to hear from him. Man, let me tell you something, boy. Listen. We ain't gonna get into that though. We ain't gonna get into that. She not your friend. She want your facts.
That's what I'm saying. At least as homeboys, okay. Everybody know the guy code is that you don't mess with the girl that bro used to mess with. Everybody know that, but at the
Well,
same time,
it's a little different now.
but at
They.
the same time, you as your like you can ask your homeboy, hey man, like own girl, we chopping it up. We've been chopping it up and all this stuff,
Mhm.
and I want to see some, have to see where it goes. And
Yeah.
us as men, we can literally have that conversation and be like, hey, will you be cool if I, whatever? And
Mm-hmm.
dude be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
man, do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
A girl would say, screw him. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm. You ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. What the next comment say? Oh,
Hey
yeah.
man,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. My bad. My bad. Yeah, I was about to say something about that too. Coming in, you better
hey
speak to
Mel,
everybody.
and
I agree with that.
thank you, Mel, because I agree with that 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's why I say even though if a guy's paying 100% of the bills, no, she got to have something to do. I ain't just about to be sitting around chilling. Yeah, going on. Man should eventually pay all the bills. Yeah. What was that about?
She was trying to get Tina to talk because
yeah.
So, oh, okay, okay, okay. Thank you for being honest. Oh, they do have something out here, Camp North End. They got like some little trick or treating things for kids. Just to let y'all know, my bad. I should have said something at the beginning of the podcast, but yeah.
Okay.
Kids dressed up, got the little costumes out here, trick or treating. It's probably gonna be going until maybe I don't know. I'll ask. But go ahead, my bad.
Mhm. Uh,
Okay, so it's over at 7. Just wanted to go ahead and let y'all know. If y'all got some
Okay.
children that y'all want to bring out here, 7 p.m.
I know a
Okay, I
few.
know a few. His name started with a C, but
Yeah, man, listen, a lot of people can't even get my name correct, so I just let them go.
What's the next? They can't get me to divorce my husband. I know I gotta get that. I can't be influenced by nobody. I know that. I know
Thank you.
that's right.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. If your friend that's not married got that much influence over you to get you to divorce your husband, that shows you that you are so weak minded that you should have never got married in the first place. That means you are
Hey,
easily manipulated and easily triggered to do whatever that you're asked to do.
don't let them women manipulate you.
Mm-hmm.
You got most, I'm trying to tell you, you got too much dip on your chip, my friend.
Oh my goodness.
Who are you talking about? I'm speaking through
He's probably
him right
talking
now.
about me.
Oh,
Oh.
facts. That was right. Okay. Tina, you got something you want to tell us?
What I say?
He said go hold them friends accountable. That's why you were
I got
laughing
a
like that.
small circle now, man. No.
That was funny. He was like, "That's why Tina's laughing because she got people like that."
That long pause before she started laughing what got me, boy. She hold them friends accountable, Tina. All right.
It's probably she said LOL is probably Tina's best friend.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Tina ain't say nothing, is it? No. Oh,
No,
she
no,
said JK.
no. No, I just remember um I was the friend, but I didn't give her advice because I was like, look, I don't have the results either. Well, this is a time ago. I was like, look, I ain't got the answers either. Don't ask me no more. Don't ask me
All right.
no more. She
Yeah,
was like, so I'ma still talk to you. I was like, fine, you can talk, but I'm not gonna give you no kind of response to it. I'ma just let you vent and you handle it in the way you feel is best.
All right.
yeah.
What's the next one? What's the next comment?
Oh, hold on. I went down too far.
Bottom line,
I like that
remember,
one. I like that one. Bottom line is don't listen to him. Dang.
yeah.
Good grief.
And I agree with this comment that Mel said, and like I said, I agree with 100%. Married women give bad advice too, and I can agree with that.
Then it said married and single women give bad advice. A toxic person can be married and give bad advice.
Facts. Right. Yep.
That's 100% right.
That's why you got to be able to spot bad advice. Yeah. That was to We the People News, man. I thought that was a great question, dog. I appreciate that.
Uh,
And the rest of these comments, it was somebody trying to ask for a donation because they are homeless.
Oh Lord. Oh,
yeah.
I got out of the chat for a second. Oh, okay. All right. Well, sorry to hear that, my friend. Somebody bless them down in the comments, man. Y'all sitting there, you know. If you got it, look out for that brother or whatnot. But yeah, man. I wanted to go ahead and bring up the next conversation. Did y'all have anything else y'all wanted to say about this Anton versus Yada situation before we go on to the next one?
Nah,
No.
Phenomenal. Y'all need to check it out. It was a phenomenal podcast, man. Phenomenal. I'm telling you. Again, I think that both of them had some really, really decent points, and they actually agreed on a lot of things versus disagreeing on a lot of things. Again, very, very interesting conversation, man. Great talking points. But yeah, beautiful, man. So let's go ahead and get into this next. So I put something. No, let's do Tina's first. So Tina sent me something online, and I wanted to go over it. So it was a young lady by the name of Lisa, and her husband created a routine to help her become a good wife. He typed out a page. It was about 8 different tasks, and it started from her waking up at 8. I mean, my bad, waking up at 5 a.m., preparing breakfast, eggs, bacon, toast, freshly brewed coffee, and make sure everything is ready by 5:30. So from 5 to 5:30, she got to pretty much prepare breakfast. Probably gonna get up a little bit early to make sure all that stuff is ready. But yeah, 5 to 5:30. The gym from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. He said that she needs to keep in shape, no excuses. All right. From 7:30 to 9:30, it says clean the entire house. Now I'm imagining this is not something that you would probably have to do every day, right? Like unless they got kids, which I didn't see anything in there about kids. That house should be clean. It don't You ain't got to clean the entire doggone house every day, but I digress. Including vacuuming, dusting, mopping the floors. Laundry must be done and folded. Well, laundry must be done daily and folded by 10 a.m. They can't be dirtying up too many doggone clothes. So again, I'm trying to make it make sense. Prepare lunch for your husband by 12 p.m. Even I'm guessing she had her fingers over. Even if he don't have to work or whatever, pack it at night before if necessary. All right, so from 12 p.m., she got a long gap from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., right? So that's about 6.5 hours to do whatever it is that she want to do. She want to take a nap. She want to watch some soap operas, chill. I'm assuming that this young lady does not work, all right? Because all this stuff, I'm assuming, you know what I mean? She don't work. Dinner must be served at 6:30 sharp. Fresh, home-cooked meal every day, no takeout allowed. All right. Be available for snacks and drinks whenever your husband, not him, he didn't even put his name in there, and his friends are around, especially after 8 p.m. Snacks must be homemade. You gonna get some damn chips and some sandwich food. No. All right. Ensure that the house is quiet around 9 p.m. for your husband relaxation. No distractions during his TV time. And at 10 p.m., oh, go to bed by 10 p.m. to get ready or to get enough rest, but only after making sure everything is ready for the next day. Smile, and the last thing he put this down at the bottom. Smile and be supportive no matter how tired you are, because a good wife keeps the household stress free. What are y'all thoughts on that, man? What are y'all thoughts on that on that little checklist that he gave his wife?
That sound a little bit outrageous, but she's a he. The way it looks to me is that he's trying to train her to have everything on that list completely done. Uh, I think is very outrageous because it that's that's a lot. And let me ask you this question, and I want y'all to give me your honest opinion
Hey,
because
hold
I
on.
heard.
Before you go real quick, Kobe, I want to let Tina go before. Keep that question in mind, but I want her to go before you ask the question.
All right.
Tina, what are your thoughts on that before Kobe goes? What are your thoughts on
Okay. So I'm on the line with it.
Okay.
Um, it because like at first I'm like, okay, I see that she has like I think somewhere where she had like 5 hours to herself or whatever.
6.5, but yeah.
6.5, 5. Okay, 6.5 hours to herself. But I'm just like, well, there's women out here. I feel like there's women out here that does this without the list.
Mm-hmm.
Some, yeah, they have a decent schedule going on mentally. It may not be printed out, or they may have it on their phone for themselves. So some room for error and stuff like that because we are human. But I think just mentally they have they have a good routine, and they see that it makes their husband happy. They didn't say anything else. I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, like it makes her husband happy. So in return, I'm sure he makes her happy by doing XYZ or whatever. Like, we don't know the unknown that's not listed here. So
Okay.
that's how far I've got with it. Like, I just feel like it's, at first it was just outrageous to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, this is just a printed out version of what some women may already be doing.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that. Yeah, it seemed pretty basic to me. Again, and I'll go through all that stuff real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and let Kobe ask his question. Go ahead, Kobe.
I had watched. There's this couple that my wife watches all the time. I think it's called Rissa and Quan or whatever. YouTube couple and everything, and they were sitting down having a conversation in regards to things, and be mindful of the fact that like these two, I think they've been engaged for like maybe a year or two, and had kids, got a house and everything or whatever, and she sat down and she said somebody asked her this question and said, "Hey, who you?" Pretty much said like, "Who you think is the head of the household?" And she said, "I think the woman's the head of the household." And everybody in the comments was like, "What is wrong with you?" Even her own fiance was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I was like, "What?" I was like, "The man is the head of the household." And she's like, "I just feel like us as women, we," she literally said, "Us as women, if we stay at home parents and we're taking care of the kids and we're doing all this, then we're the head of the household." And he looked at her, he's like, "No, you're not."
I like this analogy that I heard, that men are the head of the household, but women is the neck.
Well, they always be trying to remix something, don't
Yeah, yeah. I was like, what kind of crap? What? I was like that, and I was like, now I feel like hearing that's an act of so. I was like, delusional. Now, like now I say this: if you are a single woman and you're taking care of a child by yourself, and you're living on your own, taking care of yourself and your child, all right, maybe. Because the way I looked at, because I always still said, even if you are religious, if a woman's taking care of a child on her own, she religious, you ain't no head of the household. God is gonna be the head of your household. I'm just being real. God's gonna be the head of your household until you bring a man to that into it, then he become the head of the household. The only way you're gonna be head of a household is signing on a piece of paper. On a piece of paper, you head of the household, but in reality, you're not.
Back. I wanted to go through everything right now, man. Just to kind of sum this up before we get into the next topic. So we basically talking about, again, waking up at 5 o'clock. That ain't no big to me. Like, that's light work, right? But you waking up and you're cooking breakfast. So from 5 to 5:30, you're doing something for your man. Okay, cool. 5 to 5:30, dedicate that time to him. From 6 to 7, you're doing something for yourself. Working out, that's pretty much, I would say that's still your alone time. I would add that to her alone time. So now she went from 6.5 hours to 7.5 hours, doing something that, again, that she wants, or that she should actually love and enjoy doing. Working out, that can be walking, talking, chilling with your friends or whatever. Hey, I'm gonna meet my girl at the gym. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna work out, we're gonna talk, gossip, whatever y'all love to do. You know what I mean? And honestly, you can have a quick little 30-minute workout. Y'all intense, y'all can get breakfast afterward or whatever. You get back to the house 9 times out of 10, your man gone. He's at work. All right, 7:30. So you even got 30 minutes to take a little shower if you want to. Get your little shower in. From 7:30 to 9:30, that's when you're cleaning up. That's still, I still count that as a long time. You can blast the dog on music, walk around at the house, dance, enjoy yourself while you're cleaning up. It ain't gonna take you no damn 2 hours to clean up. It's really not. Especially if you don't technically do all of this stuff every day. Even if you did, it's going to take you less and less time. Definitely not no damn 2 hours. All right. He said laundry must be done and folded daily. It's two people in that damn household. What you doing? You folded up what? Maybe possibly workout clothes and a suit. It say daily. You're not doing that much. So again, this stuff is not even going to take two hours. So you getting time back from that. Preparing lunch. I imagine again, you're not cooking for a family of 6. You're cooking for yourself and that man. Something light, man. That stuff can literally take you a few minutes to get ready to prepare. I'll say an hour at most. Right after you get that done, then the next time you're gonna see your husband. So you telling me you don't see your husband really from because he wants you at the gym by 6, right? So I'm guessing you probably leave out a little bit earlier. So from 6 o'clock to 6:30, you don't even see him. 12 hours. And then from, let's see, because I'm pretty sure you got to come home, eat, shower, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all in bed by 10 o'clock. Yeah, I don't look at that as no hectic schedule at all. That's basic as hell. Again, I think a lot of people will look at the wording and probably get offended by, how things are kind of put on here. But if you just strip that thing down and just look at the template, that template basic as hell, especially for somebody that's providing you a type of lifestyle where you don't have to get up and go to work. Most of the stuff is for you. Most of the stuff you should already be doing as is for yourself. The only thing you're really doing for him, strictly for him, is just getting that breakfast ready. Everything else is technically done for both of y'all. Y'all got anything else y'all wanted to add before we get to this question? Anybody?
Oh no.
Anybody? All right. Let's see. What's up real quick? I didn't get a chance to send this to you. But this guy, well, before we get into the question, I'm gonna put this comment out here. This guy said, man says that he will not step in. No, we're gonna say that we're gonna say that for the next one. We're gonna say that's gonna be the title of the next one. But if you meet a man and y'all been dating for 2 months, or if you meet a girl or whatever, y'all been dating for 2 months, and he has a pre-planned date to Paris,
Oh.
meaning that it was already planned last year or whatever. It's already been taken care of. And it's coming up, and he still wants to go. Do you then stop seeing this person?
Well, he must go. He must be busy. So I know the backstory of where you got this from.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see. Can I subtract the backstory and 2 months pre-planned vacation? You said with who?
With his ex.
With the ex. 2 months pre-planned vacation with the ex. Do you stop seeing this person? There needs to be a conversation. There definitely needs to be a conversation. Um, and there needs to be an establishment of where where the 2 months is going. I don't know if I'm at this point, like I'm still thinking about the situation because I'm just like thinking like if they establish something that's actually looking to flourish, then the plans need to be changed. I feel like the plans could be changed. Like that's not going to give this future relationship or potential relationship a good leg to stand on. Um, People have doubts, and there was a lot of moving parts in the story, as you know. And we did discuss that the whole situation of how it started wasn't the best. It was rocky in the first place, and he came to the conclusion that it wasn't going anywhere anyway. So that's what I'm thinking. Like it kind of depends on how the interaction went. Like if you feel like it's going somewhere, I will want you to be I won't want you to be I don't want to use devoted, but devoted in what we are having and leave the past in the past where it belongs. You can tell me about it. We can, learn from it and stuff like that. But I just feel like going on vacation with your ex, if we're developing something and it's a good encounter, then don't go. But obviously, in the situation that we're, I don't know if you're technically want to talk about it from the show or not, but
Well,
yeah.
I just want to keep it in general, not necessarily. I'm just saying, we're just speaking in general, not necessarily to that point. I just
Oh,
thought that the question itself was just. I thought it was just a good conversation starter or whatever.
I think in general people would cut the relationship, like because like how we were just saying, women tend to be emotional. They're gonna think the worst. You're going with your ex. It feels like something, even though it's pre-planned, it would still feel like something that's still ongoing. And if y'all, hmm, hmm. Yeah, I think generally people would cut it off. Um, yeah, but I'm also trying to think of the other side of if it's, yeah, I would just leave it at in generally people would did the 2 month relationship because that doesn't sit right with most people.
Gotcha, I got you. So you want that man to cancel a $4,000 trip, or you think that man should cancel a $4,000 trip on a situation
No,
that could potentially might be something good?
now that's what I'm saying. Like there, I feel like there's moving parts there. Like I wouldn't want them to miss out on an experience, but it's just a simple fact. Yeah, it is just a simple fact that you are going with your ex. So it's like I don't know, change some accommodations. If y'all had one room, one bed, see if y'all can get two rooms. Like
That ain't gonna stop
it's
the
not, but see how you just putting them thoughts that it's still a thought in the back of someone's head that there may
yeah.
be some sort of interaction with them.
Cause I'm gonna keep it a band with you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Beat
Right,
around the bush. We gonna keep it a band.
right. So it's yeah, you wouldn't want like I'm saying, like you wouldn't want them to miss out on their experience. You wouldn't want them to miss out uh on the financial obligation that they put in there. So maybe they can use it for a different trip, make some calls and change it for a different time, not to be with the eggs, you know what I'm saying? Just so they won't miss out on the opportunity. I would.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. It's a good chance that he gonna clap them cheeks. I mean, let's just go and throw it out there. Pre-planned trip with the ex or whatever. They already have history together. Especially if y'all are just like in the dating phase or whatever. Where if this man he ain't even getting the cheeks yet. Let's just that 90-day probation period. What I like to say or whatever. I know how a lot of people like to try to put it out there that they're not doing anything within them 90 days. Well, let's just say, for instance, they not. Do you really expect for a man to be done spent by about $4,000, right? And I'm assuming that this guy's paying for everything because I think, if you were going out or whatever, I think that the guy should pay for everything. Anyway, you going out somewhere with this guy or whatnot, or this guy's going out somewhere where he done paid this doggone money. They're gonna be in a whole nother side of the doggone world with somebody that he already has sexual, encounters with. On top of him not even getting the butt from, I don't think that most people are realistic, man. Chances are that man gonna want to get his rocks off. He gonna want to rub one out.
Mm-hmm.
4,000. No, stop. Them 4 bands, boy. Them 4 bands are serious out here. I spent this doggone money. What my boy Denzel say? I'm leaving here with
Oh.
something. I'm leaving here with something. You can go ahead and pull up the sponsors real quick. That's gonna be the final question for the day, man. But yeah, I wonder, like, what would y'all do? What would you guys expect? Would y'all expect for, the guy that you're dating after 2 months of y'all knowing each other, kicking it with each other, whatever, to, I don't know, cancel the trip? Like, yeah, what do you guys think? I would love to hear from y'all. You got anything else you wanted to add before we get up out of here?
No. What? Are you asking in the chat a question? Or people. Oh,
No, that's just for the audience.
oh, okay. Okay. No. Well then, no.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be beautiful, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
A huge shout out to Magic Mind for sponsoring today's podcast. All right, guys. So y'all know that I am extremely busy, always on the go. And Magic Mind is actually a company that has been getting a lot of buzz. I believe even Joe Rogan said something about it on his podcast.
A new one they sent me called Magic Mind, and it's nootropics along with lion's mane and a bunch of functional mushrooms, and I like that one too.
So the company Magic Mind actually reached out to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's check them out. So I looked at a few of the reviews and everything online.
My first day on Magic Mind, I definitely noticed a big difference right off the bat. I noticed all the way throughout the day feeling much sharper, clear in the head, and ready to rock.
That's probably the most valuable thing. As a knowledge worker, as someone who's working in front of the computer all day, you need that time where you're focused. And Magic Mind is a thing that really seemed to work for me.
So between some of the reviews that I've seen online, which was actually all positive, a lot of positive reviews online from their website, and also seen a few different reviews on YouTube. And the story was actually pretty interesting. So about a decade ago, James was on a stretcher because James was running a company. So, with that, a lot of stress. He was drinking a lot of caffeine. And turns out his heart had been beating at 175 beats for the last 3 weeks. Didn't even know it. So he was basically diagnosed with a heart condition because of all of that stress and that caffeine. At the time, he didn't have any other solutions, so he actually came up with one. So a few years ago, James actually came up with Magic Mind. This is supposed to be a natural way to help you out with a lot of those things that we struggle with throughout the day. So when it comes to Magic Mind, it's supposed to have a lot of those natural ingredients. So it has a lot of things that's going to help with focus, things that's going to help with energy. And a lot of us honestly need that throughout the day. And you also use Magic Mind for less stress throughout the day. So after reading those reviews and hearing and listening to his story, I messaged Magic Mind back and I was like, you know what? Send me some over. I'm curious. They end up sending some stuff over and I tried it out for the first day. And this is how that went. All right, guys, the time now is about 5:53 p.m. I get up early in the morning, man, so I'm a little bit on the drain side. And I have a podcast that I'm going to be doing at 11 tonight. Now, I don't want to take any naps because I still have a lot of work that I need to get done. So what we're going to do is we are going to try Magic Mind for the first time, all right? So I don't know if you're supposed to shake these things, but I'm going to shake it up, and then we're gonna try it. First time trying Magic Mind. All right. I'm gonna give a little bit of time for it to kick in before 11, so we'll see. Mm. Whoo, whoo. Man, that's a strong taste. Good grief. Whoa. Okay. All right. To be honest with you, it was strong like while I was tasting, but I believe that's something that I can probably get used to. I believe that's something I can actually get used to. Man, I don't know if it was the taste or what, but I do feel a lot more alert. And I'm telling you, that thing will wake you up. The taste, it will wake you up. So for you to see all of the real benefits and stuff from Magic Mind, they recommend that you use it at least for 5 days before you really get a feel for how well that thing works. I haven't made it to that point just yet. I'm only a day in, but I will give you guys an update a little bit later on to let you know how this journey has been for me. But there will be a link down in the description below for you guys to go and check out Magic Mind. Once you guys do order, y'all please tap in, comment down, and let us know how Magic Mind worked for you. All right. Until the next time, man, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, butternup. Tan skin, mixed race, buttercup. Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna